Hi friends, today we are working on page 1 and we are working with sequencing sentences. So I went ahead and cut out the sentence strips. So if you haven't done that, go ahead and do that. And while you're doing that, we're going to go ahead and get started and we're going to read the instructions. So make sure you follow along with me, okay? It says cut out the sentences at the bottom of the page. Then glue them in order to make a story. Be sure to correct each sentence to include capital letters and ending punctuation. Okay, so let's look at the sentence strips that I have up here, and you can look at yours so that we can figure out which one is going to go on number 1, number 2, and number 3. So the first one says, at the end, oh, that's the wrong one, I'm sorry. Let me flip them over. It's the one with Max, right? We're going to work with Max first. Okay, so here we go. So the first one says, Max and Val swam in the pond and had fun. The next one says, it was a hot day and Max went down the path to the pond. The third one says, at the pond, Max met his pal Val. Okay, so which one of these do you think happened first? Was it the one where Max and Val swam together in the pond and had fun? Is it the one that says it was a hot day and Max went down to the pond? Or is it the one that says that at the pond, he found his pal Val? So the first one would be the one that says it was a hot day and Max went down the path to the pond. Okay? So that's the one that happened first. Fix this. Okay. Now, which one do you think happened second? So after he went down to the pond, what do you think happened next? Max and Val swam together in the pond, or he met his pal Val? He met his pal Val, right? And pal is another word for friend. So he met a friend named Val. Okay. So then what do you think happened last? Well, they both swam together and they had lots of fun, right? So now we have our story together. So let's read it all together. It was a hot day and Max went down the path to the pond. At the pond, Max met his pal Val. Max and Val swam in the pond and had fun. So now underneath here, we have a couple questions that we need to answer. And I already went ahead and did this so you guys can kind of see and get an idea. But let's see. So it says answer the questions using complete sentences. Be sure to use a capital letter at the beginning of each sentence and 4 names. So number 4 says, who did Max meet? So remember, he met a pal or a friend named Val. So Max met Val. Make sure you put a period. Notice that this V is capital because it is the name of a person, right? And then my first letter has to be capitalized all the time. Number 5, where did Max meet his pal? Max met his pal at the pond. Remember, at the pond, Max met his pal Val. Number 6, why did Max and Val swim? Why did they swim? They swam because it was hot. Remember, it says it was a hot day and Max went down the path to the pond. Okay, so we're all done. Now we're going to turn our page over to page 2. And it's going to be a different story that we are going to make using the sentence strips. So if you haven't cut those out, make sure you do so. And let's go ahead and read the sentence strips that we have. Okay, so the first one here says, on the jog, they ran fast and got hot. The next one says, at the end, they had a rest on a rock. Ooh, it gave me a keyword. It says at the end. So guess what? This is what happened at the very, very end. So I'm going to take this one and put it on number 3, because I know that for sure this is what happened at the very end of the little story. Okay, so I have to find 1 and 2. So this one says, Rich went on a jog with his dog Spot. And the other one says, on the jog, they ran fast and got hot. So which one do you think happened first? Did they first run, or Rich went on a jog with his dog Spot? He first went on a jog, and as he started running, they got hot. Okay, so Rich went on a jog with his dog Spot, and then on the jog, they ran fast and they got hot. Okay, so now we have our story put together. Now let's read it so we understand what this little story is about. Rich went on a jog with his dog Spot. Okay. On the jog, they ran fast and got hot. At the end, they had a rest on a rock. Okay, so now we have questions, just like in the other one. So we're going to answer these together. Okay, so we're going to answer the questions using complete sentences. We're going to make sure to use a capital letter at the beginning of each sentence and 4 names. So number 4 says, who did Rich jog with? So Rich jogged with his dog Spot. Spot is his dog's name, so that's why I capitalize the S, because it's an important name. Okay. Number 5, how did they run? Did they run fast or slow? They ran fast, and they ran so fast that they got hot. They ran fast. Okay. Number 6, why did they rest on a rock? Why? Why did they rest? Because they were tired, right? So they had to rest on a rock because they were tired. They had to rest because they were tired. Okay, and that is the end of this page, and we are all done. Great job, my friends.